Okay, there we are, James speaking, Training Sites. It's another Open Tabs, and what I want to talk about today is kind of a couple neat tools that you may have not remembered or thought of when it comes to getting people to actually open your courses, check out your YouTube videos. It's something that kind of get left behind and something that a lot of people, course creators especially, don't want to do, but probably should be doing. What am I talking about? Well, I'm going to open up a couple tabs today, stuff that we're looking at in regards to creating better thumbnails for your courses and what's already happening on your YouTube videos, I hope. So let's take a look at something. One of the things that, when you're actually creating your courses is you think, it's all about the course content, and you might go, oh, it's about a description. And you're trying to figure out all of these moving pieces, things that you have to do when you're actually creating that video. It's like, how do I put it together and get people to actually take the course? And one of the things that most people don't recognize or realize is that there's more to putting the course information on the thumbnail that are going to get people to investigate it, or at least get into the description and maybe look at the syllabus and that kind of stuff. And the same goes for your YouTube videos. But let's take a look and see what's going on. If I take a look, and I'll tell you why I was actually looking at this for myself personally, because I'm making the same mistake and I'm looking at fixing it. So let's go and take a look. I'm going to open up a screen here, and it's actually a YouTube screen with what I usually see in the morning. So I'm going to open this up. You'll get a quick view at what it is. And here's the Training Sites site. Again, if you haven't joined the community, make sure to do that. But I want to go and show you something here. If I go to a YouTube channel as an example, and this is just a home page. I think this is one of my accounts. And if you take a look at the screen here and you go through all of the thumbnails that are here, you're going to find all sorts of courses on thumbnails and, what makes a great thumbnail and what to put in the title and what to put in the course description. There's lots of great information about that. But if you think about it and you're looking at it, take a look through these. Take a look through your own. And one of the things you're going to notice is that on almost every thumbnail, what do you see? Every single thumbnail that's here, what do you see? Face, 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 faces. This one's a technical one about pickleball paddles because we have the pickleball project. Faces, 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 faces. A point here, a point there. There's always faces on the YouTube channel's thumbnails. Almost always there's a face there. Now, why is that? Well, one of the things you want to do, of course, is you want to make sure that you've got some kind of professional appearance, right? You want to make sure that you're looking like you are someone who at least knows or appears to know what it is that you're talking about. For example, if you're in some kind of thing where you're expected to be maybe older or younger, the topic is about doing something, you might want to be in a different kind of either headshot or look and feel to what it is you're actually doing. But you want to match or make sure that the headshot that you have and the thumbnail that you have is appropriate for the content, right? But these ones all have headshots. All of the ones on YouTube have headshots. One of the things, the second thing that I just want to mention is that a lot of times when people are creating their thumbnails and they're thinking about, it's about the course, one of the things that people, especially experts who are not necessarily people who are marketers, what happens is they go, I don't want to brand myself. But if you do any work on selling courses, not a single course, but even a course, but if you're selling courses and you're selling your expertise, at some point you're going to have to brand yourself. And when you're branding yourself, you got to have the beak there. You got to have your face there. You're going to have to show who you are. There's a lot more that's being communicated with your face than necessarily just the words that are coming out of your mouth. So, having that personal branding is very important. And again, you're going to need a headshot for that. The other thing that you'll see is recognition and consistency. If you have multiple courses and or you have multiple videos, you want to see, or someone's going to know, oh, this is so-and-so's video. Oh, this is so-and-so's course. They're going to be able to see which ones are your particular courses and they know what to expect when they see your face. Now, I'll give you an example of someone that does a really good job with that, who's got a consistent look and feel to her thumbnails. And it's a woman by the name of Katie Steckley, I think it is. And I'm just going to open up her channel because it's kind of interesting. I'll open up this channel, and if you take a look at her channel, look what's happening on all of her thumbnails now. So let's go just look at all of her videos. What do you see? Every single thumbnail is her with a different headshot. All sorts of headshots. A lot of them are in poses. A lot of them are, pointing to something in regards to what they're referencing in the particular course. But you always know when it's one of her videos. So she's done a really good job, I think, of making sure that there's a professional, it's appropriate, the pictures, for what it is she's talking about. You always know it's her whenever you see the video or the course, and she's done a really good job of personally branding herself. And again, it's that communication, and more importantly, that facial and mannerisms that you'll see with the headshot in the videos, on the thumbnails, that are going to make a really good impression and allow people to know, like, and trust you. And hopefully what that means is more courses purchased, more content consumed, how to grow your business, making sure that that sales process is included. Now, why was I looking at this for myself? And I'll show you why. If I go take a look, and I'll just go at some of the course libraries here on training sites, and I made a huge mistake on this. One of the courses, or you look at the courses, these are the bigger courses. What's missing? Until we get down to some of the later ones, but the majority of them, there's no me in them. Now, if there's multiple courses, I want people to know that, in fact, it's me. Think about this. If you have one course, yeah, you could probably get away without putting your headshot, unless it's a big, expensive course. People want to know what they're paying for. But if I look in a library of multiple courses, whether it's a mini course, a micro course, a full course, if it's just a simple tutorial, anything with a thumbnail, I think you're going to have to work really hard at putting in your headshot or including it in this. And the ones that I started doing more for YouTube related had my headshots. The one that were just courses that I was doing in the past, it was an easy way to just tell people what the course was about and trying to use some stock photos in behind, which wasn't great. So I think the thumbnails for courses, we're going to have to work really, really hard on adding headshots to it. So having said that, we got to add some headshots. We want to be professional, consistency, know, like, and trust, all that good stuff. I started looking at some open tabs to try and find out, is there some tools that can help me out? I did do some where you're like pointing and doing these things and all that kind of stuff. I guess they're okay, but at some point you want to make sure that you look consistently, but you look good. And it's not always easy to do fancy ones as individual pictures and then remove the background. So one of the tools that I found looking at this, and I kind of mentioned it before a couple months ago, but we're going to take another look at it a little more here. Is there an AI tool right now? This one is called, I'm just going to open it up. There it is. This one's called Secta.ai. I'll put the links below, of course. But this one this allows you to take a selfie with your cell phone and basically create awesome headshots that you can now use in your thumbnails. So here's a quick example here. I'll just show you this one. I'll slide it back and forth. Hope you can see this. Here's an example how it works. So it's a one-time payment. I'll show you the pricing in a sec. But if you have a headshot of yourself, what it does is it takes the headshot, or pardon me, the selfie, and turns it in to a professional headshot. And you have all sorts of different ways on how you want to get that set up in terms of how professional you want to do it. But you can see it took the picture and you've now got a professional headshot. Now, some people may call this filters and stuff on Instagram. You got to obviously be comfortable with it, but there's all sorts of different examples on how you can create headshots, again, based on what it is and what you want to do. And this isn't something just for thumbnails. Think about it. If you're doing LinkedIn profiles, you're doing Facebook profiles, you're doing stuff on Instagram, you're doing stuff on your website, and you need to have a certain type or certain style of headshot, this is a quick, easy way to add it. And what you'll do is 300 professional headshots. So you're going to send a selfie in and it's going to give you 300 different versions of it and a private gallery for you. So this is one you might want to go take a look at if you're looking for headshots, or you have headshots that, selfies that you want, that you kind of want to make sure that you get kind of a look or a vibe, and then you can use this in all of your thumbnails. Now, maybe this is too professional for you. Maybe this is just a little too much. What are your other choices? Well, let's take a look at a couple other tabs here you might want to consider. And these ones are ones that are more popular. And again, we have training on these in detail, but I'm just going to show you three that you kind of run into if you're trying to figure out how can I make my YouTubes better and create better thumbnails and titles. And again, all this stuff that talks about for YouTube is identical, or the same principles work when you're creating your course thumbnails for your courses. So here's some of the ones you'll find out. The first one, of course, you'll hear one called TubeBuddy. And again, links are below. But TubeBuddy is a set of tools specifically for creating better YouTube videos. And they have a number of AI tools: title generated, suggested shorts, thumbnail analyzer. So those are just some of them to give you an example. So bulk tools, let me just open some of these ones up here. They help you with SEO ranking, channel optimization, video, and thumbnail. So if you go and take a look at that, they have the thumbnail generator, which is one of the other tools. And this is one that creates variations of, and will do some additional things, for example, like analyzing it, picking the right emojis, upload profiles, stuff that you can help with your YouTube courses or thumbnails, but also with your actual course content. So this one is kind of more for testing the basic thumbnails, but you're still going to need some kind of headshot in it, whether it's the selfie that you take on a cell phone and just remove a background. That's one way of doing it. Again, that other tool, Secta.ai, is just about trying to get it set up so that you've got some good thumbnails, headshots to at least work with. Another one you might want to look at is vidIQ, of course. And I'll go to vidIQ here, where these are ones where, again, AI tools, YouTube title generator, content creator, video ideas, video scripts, description generator. But they also do have on this one is they do have, they do have a thing for doing thumbnails as well. So that's an example of one that you can go take a look at. And again, I'll put the links in behind for that one. The other one you might run into is called TubeSpanner. Same idea. This one's more of an extension for your Google Chrome thing. And this one, social bio tools for content creators, which is kind of neat. And if we go down, I think one of them on strips and template, yes, and testing for your thumbnails. So all of these particular tools are ones that are about how do I make sure that my face is involved in the actual YouTube video, which I'm working on personally, but this still applies to any content that you're creating. I think what I'm going to be doing in the future is working on these and saying, okay, what are the pieces that I can use from YouTube and apply to creating course content? Because I want to start, build, and grow my education business, but to do that, I still have to get people to watch my YouTube videos and take my courses. And again, we're using YouTube to market our courses and our community, or my courses and community. That's where I'm focusing on over the next little while on the couple projects that we have. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of adding that personal touch to it is going to make a difference. So I'll put the links below. Again, if you haven't joined trainingsites.io, I'd love you to do that. And if you have any suggestions or you want to know about particular tools that I may have looked at or I've been evaluating, just message me and I'll do my best to cover them. Take care. Expect the best.